Hi everyone, my name is Chloe Hawkins, and today I'll be taking you through some of the challenges with address data within the logistics industry. I've been working within logistics for 10 years across both ANZ and the UK. You'll know address data is fundamental to every delivery, and having an accurate address is the difference between a successful and a failed delivery. With over 1 billion packages delivered in 2020 in Australia alone, and e-commerce set to continue to grow globally, good address data has never been more important. During this session, we will be covering the issue of addresses, what are the common problems with addresses, and what impact bad addresses have on the logistics industry. Logistics operators receive addresses through a number of channels in a number of formats, such as through web forms with no validation, third-party systems, and even paper manifests. And with these addresses comes a number of challenges. Let me share these issues with addresses that we often see when managing customer projects. Non-standard formats, missing address components, typos and misspellings, non-deliverable address quality. The result of not receiving addresses of deliverable quality is that the end consumer is not going to receive their delivery. The knock-on effect for the logistics operator is firstly how the failed delivery can damage the brand reputation of the carrier and the vendor. Plus there is the operational burden of having to make arrangements for redelivery. Bad addresses can result in a number of issues for a logistics operator, such as the inability to assign the delivery to a driver or issue the correct delivery rate and delivery SLA to the customer. We know from IMRG that the collective cost of missed deliveries per year to retailers, couriers and consumers in the UK alone is $2 billion, meaning there are huge savings to be had. We've explored the following metrics which impact businesses. Operational efficiencies. There is no doubt that bad addresses cause a number of operational problems. With operational problems comes a considerable amount of manual overhead. For example, it takes an individual as long as 1 minute to manually validate an address. Reducing the need to manually validate addresses could result in several thousands of hours per week being saved on these types of processes, so that resources can be repurposed to other meaningful tasks. A great deal of customer support time is spent resolving problems relating to bad addresses. Employee safety and satisfaction. The health and safety of drivers can be improved as accurate addresses means delivery drivers are not going to the wrong buildings or crossing roads unnecessarily. This helps to reduce accidents with employees. Protecting your brand reputation. A poor delivery experience shapes the way a customer can feel about a logistics operator or retailer. This is evident in research indicating that 4 out of 5 consumers think that e-commerce provider or the retailer should be held responsible for a package reaching the consumer. That means that as a logistics operator, you have a big part to play in helping to protect the reputation of your customers. And in order to retain customers and continue to grow as a company, it is extremely important to maintain great customer service standards and protect your brand reputation from consumer complaints about failed or delayed deliveries. Increase capacity for new deliveries. Improving the rate of first-time delivery and reducing the number of redeliveries would allow for more space on delivery vehicles to be filled with new orders rather than redeliveries, which ultimately means more revenue. Improving the accuracy of addresses also opens up a number of other opportunities for logistics companies. Having validated addresses allows for better planning of delivery routes, and that can present the opportunity to be able to give your customers enhanced delivery SLAs and more accurate SLAs to the end consumers. Being able to provide enhanced delivery windows could really be a key differentiator against other operators, like a 1-hour delivery window compared to just informing the consumer they have an AM or a PM delivery. Address validation also paves the way for enhancing route optimization, as you can be sure the data being entered is accurate. This would reduce travel costs that would have been incurred, such as reductions in fuel consumption, wear and tear on vehicles, and a reduction in driving hours. Capturing accurate address data within your business would enable you to take your business costs into account better, as you would be able to generate more accurate price books with cleansed data, providing more accurate pricing across your business. A further opportunity is generating additional business by being able to accept more deliveries as you can validate more addresses. For example, from new housing developments and construction or mining sites, which could have previously been areas that deliveries were rejected from as their addresses could not be validated.
So why haven't logistics companies been able to come up with a solution? Most logistics and delivery companies validate third-party addresses by cross-checking them with their own or third-party database or APIs, or even via solely using Google APIs. However, this won't be enough in most cases, as these solutions will only tell you that something is wrong with an address, but they won't tell you why it's wrong. They will also only validate the fields provided by the customer, but won't tell you which fields are missing. The issue with in-house data sources is that they are rarely kept up to date due to the effort required to maintain them, and they are unable to cater for typos, incorrect or missing components. So let's look at why these current solutions don't solve the problem. In developed markets, addresses can remain largely static, but in emerging markets, these addresses need constant updating as cities and regions grow with new developments. This creates a barrier for global expansion. Traditional solutions cannot cater for new addresses, which means businesses cannot deliver to new customers as their address cannot be found, leading to potential lost revenue.
And hi everybody, great to be here to talk about the importance of having accurate address data in your business. You've already heard some great content from both Prash and Chloe earlier outlining the challenge, but I wanted to spend a little bit of time talking about why a solution based on Google Maps Platform can make a meaningful impact to your business, and why Onigroup is such a great partner to work with. Over the last couple of years, I've participated in a number of workshops with Onigroup and their logistics customers. And a recurring theme is the impact that bad addresses are having on their business, and also the shortfalls in the way they're trying to solve these challenges currently. The general consensus is that when working with addresses, there's actually a great deal of complexity. And here's a few reasons why. Firstly, there's no global standard for address structure. Different countries use different formats, and there are multiple definitions of what constitutes a deliverable address. If you're receiving address data from international customers, then it's highly likely that you could be receiving address data in many different formats. Secondly, there are often multiple data sources currently being used within a company for address validation, which can sometimes be outdated or contradictory, leading to conflicting results. And thirdly, there are many instances within the logistics industry where address entry or address capture is outside the control of the logistics provider. Errors at the address capture stage often result in bad addresses being carried through the entire supply chain, which has significant time and cost impacts. This is where a solution needs to use programmatic logic to determine whether the address the consumer has provided is actually a correct deliverable address. A critical fact in this is the data being used, and this is where Google truly comes into its own. Google Maps has a breadth and depth of global geospatial address data that's unmatched. We have data for over 250 countries and more than 1 billion monthly active users, contributing to more than 50 billion updates daily. We also boast more than 200 million businesses and places of interest within our Places API dataset. With this global enriched dataset, the key to the success is how this dataset is interpreted at a local level to meet the needs of your business. A great example of this is how different businesses use various components of location data to form a deliverable address, including attributes such as first line address data, lat longs, or plus codes. This goes back to the point I made earlier about there being multiple definitions of a deliverable address. So, what does this all mean for your business? Well, first and foremost, it means that you need to understand the impact that this issue could be having on your business. The time and financial cost of bad address data manifests itself through missed deliveries or poor customer experiences, or both. Secondly, If you want to take action to address this problem within your business, then it's vital that you work with a team who has cross-regional experience in this market sector at a global level. They need to have a global understanding of address structures, but they also need to be able to work with customers at a local level to ensure there's focus on challenges at a customer and region-specific level. We've chosen to partner with Onigroup on this initiative due to their deep understanding and years of experience working with Google technology to deliver robust solutions across the logistics industry globally. Being a Google Premier partner, Onigroup's technical excellence and consultative approach has ensured that their ACE and AVW solutions are able to solve critical challenges for the logistics industry, and they can undoubtedly help your business too.